my theme song sucks. Yeah. Hey everybody, it's Randy and welcome back to a Crappy Web Show, and today we're going to White Trash Fest 2011, otherwise known as a Clark County Fair in Springfield, Ohio. The Clark County Fair is where all the local unemployed white trash people go to get a break from their lives of drinking beer and being white trash. They go to the fair to drink beer and be white trash. So yeah, it sounds like it should be fun. So let's go to White Trash Fest 2011, and let's go out the back door. Come on. So yeah, this is Randy, and we're trying to park because it turns out there's a lot of white trash here this year. They're calling for record-breaking attendance. I think because there's record-breaking unemployment in the area, and these people have nothing better to do. And some of them are very hostile. We've already seen one fight break out as we were coming in. The 75-year-old ticket taker was accosted by some teenage white trash kids trying to get in free, and the old ticket taker was having none of it. So yeah, tensions are high at White Trash Fest 2011, which is why I wore my wrestling t-shirt here. You can see, wrestling t-shirt. That way they know I'm one of them, I'm not an outsider. So yeah, like I said, tensions are high. Already seen one fight break out. This could be a little scary, so just to warn you, there's some foul things afoot at White Trash 2011. You could see in this web show, things like mullets and rat tails. Very likely to see some, teenage girls dressed in very little clothing, probably with 2 or more children, and herpes. Probably see, some carnies with missing body parts is usually a staple of the Clark County Fair, and even a fortune teller or two. So, we're still trying to find a parking place. Hopefully we didn't just pay to drive around all night. But we'll find a parking place, and we'll get inside, and we'll get this show on the road.
And don't forget,
and if you can see this is the tractor racing area at White Trash 2010. Just announced the leaders in the tractor races by Ford or Chevy, of course, because that type of thing matters to these individuals. And interesting to note, they're actually racing tractors. I asked why, and the reason was because their tractors are actually faster than most of the cars owned by people at this event. So one slight correction to make: this is not a tractor race. This is actually a tractor pull, which I was corrected by a hillbilly standing next to me. And you can see that these tractor pulls are very loud events, and people are actually cheering for it. I don't quite understand myself, but then again, I make more than $10,000 a year. But in other news, I just saw a black guy at a county fair, no less. So as you can see, we're now coming up on the 4-H area. which is where they have all the animals and plants, which 4-H, it's kind of like sports for hillbillies, only instead of getting an award for like making the football team, you get an award for like having a particularly nice ear of corn. So now we're in the youth building at the fair, which is where children's artwork is displayed. You see, when it's at home, it's trash. When it's at the fair, it's art. Still in the art building. See, those are some pretty nice bales of hay. I can see why they would get a ribbon. Here is a food area as well as food eating areas, and you can probably hear and see a desperate white trash man wanting to make a living as a singer at a county fair. It's the other reason I like to come to White Trash Fest every year. Makes me feel good about myself, that's for sure. And here you see the interactive gaming station, because as we all know, people located here cannot afford video game systems, so they go to the county fair to play them free. And I have to admit, I've died a little bit inside seeing that people came to the county fair to play Dance Dance Revolution. And here is the local freak show, which is interesting because considering the environment, they don't really need to have a paid freak show with all the people walking around. And here you can see the local elephant they brought to White Trash Fest 2011, which kind of loses some of the impact when I've seen at least 7 women bigger than that already today. Here we have the skill game section of White Trash Fest 2011, where for only $5 you can win hundreds of fabulous prizes worth ones of dollars. And over here we have the Bonanza shooting game, where hillbillies can pretend they're hillbillies. I just had a carny try and get me to play one of his chance games, and when I told him I didn't think that game was possible, he said that's not true. We had a winner this morning. It's now 8:30 at night, so they have a winner every 8.5 hours. I changed my mind, and I'm also getting a little suspicious because a lot of these carnies are Arabs, and that's very unusual, and the Department of Homeland Security says I should call them anytime there's anything suspicious. I might be getting my phone. And over here we see quite a large gathering of white trash. You can't really see it from this angle, but there's actually a car that you can register to win. And most of the people here, well, their cars, let's face it, are on blocks in their front yard. This is quite an attraction here at White Trash Fest 2011. So over here is the sideshow for Samson the Giant Horse, who eats a lot of food and drinks a lot of water. As you can see, is absolutely alive. So unlike other county fairs, you won't be paying $1 to look at a dead horse, apparently. Here's the Chinese rope ladder, which you can see has the politically correct picture of the Chinese people with the slanted eyes. We're very PC here at White Trash Fest 2011. And this is a prize won at White Trash Fest 2011. It's advertised as a lightsaber, which any Star Wars fan can tell you it is not. Because a real lightsaber is either green or blue. Or of course if it's a Sith lightsaber, it would be red. Not multicolored and sparkling. And here we have the vendor area in White Trash Fest 2011, where you can buy such redneck paraphernalia as rebel flags. You know, for all those people from Ohio who don't realize that Ohio, you know, wasn't actually part of the Confederate States, and you know, the war was over 150 years ago, but well, they just don't like black people, so they like rebel flags. Okay, now see, this is more like a real lightsaber. It's one solid color, and of course it's red, so it's a Sith-ish lightsaber, but of course it has another function. Now it's a party lightsaber. Okay, here we are back at the arena area at White Trash Fest 2011. 3 hours after we came,
All right,
and they're still doing the tractor pull. It's amazing. 3 hours of big trucks pulling a tractor. And as you can see, there are quite a few people actually in the fans watching this 3 hours later, because this is like the Super Bowl for these people. Well, as night falls on White Trash Fest 2011, it's time for us to leave. It's been a productive night here at White Trash Fest 2007. I don't know why I just said 2007. Probably because my companion here is slurping on a lemonade as I'm freaking recording for a web show, which is really awesome. So at any rate, as we leave for the night, as you know, tired and sweaty, my man boobs clinging to my shirt like never before, I would just like to remind everybody to check me out on Facebook at facebook.com/RandyBrownComedy, or on my website at acrappywebsite.com. Be sure to check out all the other web shows, and I'll see you next time.